Dear learners, welcome back to your educational channel Learn and Educate. We would be studying about the definition of coordination as given by Leonard D. White, wherein he says that coordination is a process which causes distinct elements to concentrate on a complex of forces and influence which cause the mutually independent elements to act together, wherein this definition states that coordination is a dynamic process and through which separate and independent units are brought together under a common force and influence so that they can act together as a unified system. This definition deals with the important aspects like a force field. It is not just an adjustment, it is a magnet of coordination, wherein the influence and the forces which cause the mutually independent elements to act together, it makes it happen, and how coordination is a process which causes distinct, disjunct elements to concentrate on a complex force and influence. It is about imagining how a magnet force is introduced and wherein every there is an alignment of the iron which results in, we can say, coordination. As per Luna D. White, coordination is not just an adjustment but a force field that pulls the independent elements into unity. The elements which are independent of each other and which are brought together as in a unity. The components of this definition are coordination is a process of disjunct elements. It is a concentration forces and influence and they act together, and wherein we can climb the ladder up to the coordination results in the happening of the things of as a continuous and ongoing activity. It is not just a one time act. Coordination happens at all the times, wherein the key idea is that coordination takes place all the time, wherein it influences, it evolves as per the situations. It evolves as the situation change. It is not static, it is not fixed, it is dynamic. It changes continuously. It is not once for all. It happens, and because of which it is a continuous ongoing activity. Coordination as a process, it causes, it does not happen naturally. Coordination does not happen naturally. It is brought about deliberately. It requires managerial efforts, it needs leadership and authority. Coordination is created. It is not just once in a while incident. It is created and it is continuous in process. Coordination results in the uniting of individuals, departments, the agencies and the units in an organization. Because of coordination, disjunct elements, disconnected elements, totally unrelated elements are joined together. Initially, these elements have independent different goals. They work independently. They may have different goals depending upon what work they do. They may even have conflict, but they are organized they are organized and wherein they are joined together, which results in the efforts and unification of the goals and work in coordination to each other, wherein it is related to a concentration, which means that because of coordination it brings the scattered efforts together, bringing the scattered efforts together for a common focus. It brings the efforts towards a common goals, like sunlight scattered, it is magnified by a lens and it results in the generation of heat energy. Therefore, when efforts are scattered, they are unified by common object, by coordination. Therefore, the key idea is that coordination focuses energy on a complex force and influence. This is the core intellect of White, wherein it states that because of coordination, the authority, the forces unite authority, rules, the procedures, plans, and leadership. These are the forces which unite the concentration on a complex object and the influence as communication, motivation, persuasion. This is an organizational culture wherein people work combinedly together. They communicate with each other. There is an effective communication, and the key idea is coordination works through formal and informal forces. The coordination which cause these factors compel and motivate the action, not only force alone, but by direction, by communication, by proper channelization, alignment, guidance. Therefore, this motivate, directs, aligns, guide, and the mutually independent elements, which means that each unit has its own responsibility, each unit has its own autonomy, and is capable of acting alone. Coordination does not destroy independence, but it aligns it to act together, wherein different units move in the same direction. Different units move in the same direction. They support one another. It contributes to shared objectives. The key idea is unity of action. Despite the diversity of structure, despite the diversity in the structure, there is a unity of action. Therefore, they move in the same direction for the purpose of happening of the events, making it happen. Therefore, it is about a continuous activity which unites separate units. It in the effort to focus the concentration, the authority rules, and the leadership. It persuades towards autonomous units, independent units, for the purpose of acting together, that is, unified action. Therefore, when distinct elements in a coordination process are combined together for achieving common forces and a common influences, which results in unified actions. Independent units, forces, rules, and authority, they influence leadership, communication, and act together. Therefore, autonomy is aligned and it results in collective performance. Therefore, coordination is the administrative process of integrating independence. It is a process of integrating independent unit through common forces and influence so as to ensure the unity of action in complex organization. Therefore, it is an adjustment and force based integration. It is dynamic in nature, administrative, and influence. It converge. It results in maximizing the coordination, the efforts, so that they work together. They work together. The teams work together. The departments work together. Therefore, as per Leona divide, coordination is a process which causes different element, independent element, to concentrate on a complex of force and influence, which results in, which causes the mutually independent elements to act together. The forces include authority, rules, procedure, plans, leadership, and the influence means the communication, motivation, persuasion, organizational skills. Because of coordination, it results in explaining how it is a continuous process.